Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues. Definitely helps us out, and we are trying to reach 1,000 subscriptions. We've got some interesting news regarding Jenna Ortega's departure from the Scream franchise. And in this article, she really talks about why she decided to step away. We got the PR reason, but it looks like she has decided to give us more insight on what really went down. From comicbookmovie.com, Jenna Ortega finally reveals the real reason she decided not to return for Scream 7. Back in 2023, the news broke that Scream star Melissa Bethesda would not be returning for the upcoming 7th installment in the long-running slasher franchise after being fired from her role as Sam Carpenter for sharing what were deemed to be anti-Semitic comments on social media. This followed the announcement that Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gilley, the duo known as Radio Silence, would not be back to helm the project after directing the previous 2 entries. The studio received a lot of backlash for the Bethesda situation, and there was speculation that some of her Scream castmates might show their support. Shortly after, we learned that Jenna Ortega, who plays Bethesda's on-screen sister Tara, would not be reprising her role, although the trades claimed that her decision had nothing to do with Bethesda's departure. Ortega's representatives reportedly informed Spyglass prior to the SAG-AFTRA strike that she would not be returning. Multiple sources said that the actress either had no deal or in the renegotiating of her option asked what the movie company deemed was too much money. Now Ortega has broken her silence on her Scream 7 departure, and despite reports to the contrary, it sounds like she decided not to return after learning that Bethesda and original directors Radio Silence would not be back. And before I go into what Jenna Ortega says here, that was pretty obvious. As soon as Bethesda actually got fired from Paramount and it was made public, Jenna Ortega came out, I believe it was like something between 48, 72 hours saying that she was not going to be back for Scream. And at that point, I was like, man, Paramount really messed up, because those two were really the core of this new Scream franchise that we see right now, and things were going well. They did great in Scream 5, and they did great in Scream 6 as well. And it's one of those situations where you're dealing with a franchise that's been around for a long time. It's very easy to mess things up, especially when you are rebooting with new characters. You have to get the acting on point. When I say acting, I mean the actors involved, obviously, producers, writers, directors, everything needs to be on point. And it seems they had it figured out until the whole thing with Bethesda getting fired, and then obviously Jenna Ortega left after, so now they're doubling back to having Neve Campbell come back and probably Courtney Cox as well. And once again, you're going back to the old guard of Scream, so kinda at square one again. But let's continue. It had nothing to do with pay or scheduling. Ortega tells The Cut it was all kind of falling apart. If Scream 7 wasn't going to be with the team of directors and those people I fell in love with, then it didn't seem like the right move for my career at that time. I've happened to join a lot of franchises, which is so great to be a part of Legacy, she added. But for me, I'm really trying to prioritize new directors and original stories. I know on the outside, maybe people are looking at my choices like, man, what the hell is this girl doing? I never thought I would do a movie with unicorns, but an original script is exciting. If I can help get it made, I would love to do that. There are rumors that Ortega has met with Marvel Studios about a potential role for the MCU, but nothing has been confirmed. Some of Bethesda and Ortega's castmates will return for Scream 7, and they'll be joined by Neve Campbell. David Arquette is also set to return as former police officer Dewey Riley, along with one of the 2 OG Ghostfaces, Matthew Lillard's Stuart Stu Macher, and Scott Foley as Scream 3's Ghostface Roman Bridger. Are these characters somehow still alive, or will the Scream franchise finally introduce a supernatural element? Yeah, I gotta be honest, I don't like where Scream 7 is going right now. I did like Scream 5 and 6. I liked the direction that the franchise was going in until we had the firings and the departures of key players. But now, to be quite honest, from what I know about Scream 7, and I've been hearing a lot about Scream 7, I'm not gonna go too much more into the article here, but man, this does not sound like it's going in a good direction. It's Fast and Furious type stuff. No one really dies. They can come back. It's like they're superheroes. So it's kind of funny where they say there's a supernatural element. You know, it'd be one thing if Scream was not set in the real world, but it is set in the real world. So when you bring back all these characters that supposedly died and died on screen, doesn't make a lot of sense. That pretty much wraps up the article here. They go into a couple details about Scream 7, and that is currently filming right now, and that film's going to be out in February of 2026, I believe. So yeah, I'll definitely be keeping my eyes out for details regarding the production of Scream 7. I have done a couple Scream videos there in the catalog, so go watch those to get caught up on everything. Ladies and gents, it seems like overall we got a kind of politically correct answer from Jenna Ortega there. Says she's not trying to work with franchises anymore. Says that she wanted to work with the same director, same people involved. And it does make sense overall. If you've built some chemistry with that team of people and they do have the same vision for the project, it makes sense. You kind of meld well, but I cannot blame her for leaving the project, to be quite honest. I don't know where Scream is going at this point, and I like Scream a lot, but it may be getting a little too silly at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to the channel, share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues, like this video as well, and ring the bell for notifications. Like I said, if I get any more Scream 7 news, I'll let everyone know. With that being said, it's Neff signing off. Be safe.